Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Ruby and I am an independent consultant for Jamberry. Today I will show you how to properly remove your jams. My favorite way is with the Jamberry lacquer and wrap removal. And I will also be showing you with the nail polish remover. A few things that I use to do this is a floss stick, the remover. If you use the remover, I also use cotton balls, and depending on when you're removing it, I would suggest some sort of heat source. If it's before they're ready to come off, then I would definitely suggest the heat source. If it's towards the end and they're ready to come off, you don't necessarily need it, but sometimes it's a good idea to use it anyways. Just to be safe, because the adhesive works really well, and so a lot of times you can get more use out of your wraps than we suggest. So how you start off is by getting your wrap a little bit heated up. And so you can't see it, but I am heating up the wrap a little bit. It's still on there really well. And so I'm just trying to get the wrap ready to be removed. I take the end of the flosser and I just stick it under, and I'm breaking the seal just a little bit. I prefer to go all the way around. A lot of times people don't always do that. That is what I prefer to do. I like to break the seal all the way around. Everyone does it differently, but that is what I prefer. Now once you do that, if you're doing it with the lacquer and wrap remover, the reason I prefer this, not only does it work really well, but it is also non-toxic, which is awesome. So I just stick this on top. I get it really covered in the remover, and you gently slide it under where you got that. A lot of times people just go straight up. I wouldn't recommend that. It's better actually if you go from side to side, because it sticks so well. Sometimes you could, if it is securely on there, you could get a little damage if it's not ready to come off if you go up and down. If you go from side to side, you're less likely to get any damage. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but that's what I have found with the process. And then you just work your way back and forth until it decides to completely come off. Now this one really didn't want to come off, clearly, so it left a little residue from the wrap. When that happens, which it happens sometimes, especially with the sparkle, I just take a little leftover on the cotton ball, rub it off, and then as you can see, there is no damage, there is no residue left over. Make sure that is focused, and everything is just fine, and I'm ready to go for next time. So now, just for those of you that don't have the wrap remover yet and would like to see another way of doing it, I have a fresh cotton ball ready to go, and I'll grab just regular remover. I'll take a different wrap and I'll heat it up a little bit. A lot of times with this kind of remover, I'll actually put the cotton ball directly on the wrap for a while, and I'll just let it sit there. The acetone actually for lack of a better word right at the moment, eats, I guess, at it. It doesn't actually eat at it, but it does lift the wrap a little bit more. And so letting it sit on there, it helps lift it up more. And so I'll just let that sit on there. Another way, as I'm letting it sit, another way you can remove wraps is with oil. You can warm up oil in a little dish and then use one of these, dip it in the oil, and then, like I said, you know, break the seal and then use this end with the oil on it and slowly lift it that way. There's many different oils that you can use. People have had successes with coconut oil or olive oil. I've heard really good things about lemon oil, actually. So it's really kind of your preference. That is a natural way that people like to do it. Again, I prefer the wrap remover because that is also a non-toxic way of doing it. But I understand why some people prefer the nail polish remover because it's easily accessible. Alright, so as you can see, well, if you can see, it has lifted the wrap a bit. But it's also left some residue on my skin too. Or not residue, but left some acetone on my skin. So now I'm soaking the flosser in the acetone so that I can use it on my wrap. I'm just going to pour it in the cap a little bit so I can get it actually, dip it in there really well. Get it saturated, that's the word I'm looking for. I'm breaking the seal. Trying to show you and look at the same time. See, for me, it doesn't come off as easily with the acetone. The other came off a lot easier, and I already feel like I have to dip it again to get it more saturated just to come off. Other people might have an easier time with it, but that's just how it's working for me. So one important key, never ever ever peel your wraps. I repeat, don't peel your wraps. It's just important to slowly remove them off because you don't want to cause damage. Again, this adhesive is so good, and we want it that way because we want to keep the wraps on there as long as we can, but it can cause damage if improperly removed. So just take your time, there's nothing wrong with it, and as soon as they come off, you will be good to go. And we're almost, and we're off. See, aside from the white residue on my skin, and excuse my, but see, it's off there, there's no damage, and we are good to go. I feel awkward with that white residue on there. But, so that is how you remove your wraps. I will take the rest of them off because I'm ready for a new set. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I am happy to answer them. And thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.